Welcome to the Evan Show, Episode 3. I'm your host, Evan, and this is...
I'm Rob.
Today we will be taking our top 10 Super Bowl teams and celebrating Green Bay Sunday, which was originally going to be our Episode 2. Alright, top 10 Super Bowl teams. Wait, before we get started, let's talk about our sponsor, Sci-Fi Gaming TTM. I almost forgot. We will talk about him now. Do you want to start?
I would just say go to YouTube, search for Sci-Guy Gaming TTM, and give him a subscribe and a like.
Mm-hmm.
He plays video games and broadcasts them on YouTube as he plays.
Yeah, he's done a couple of live streams. He plays Fortnite, and I still haven't figured out what that game he started playing is called yet. I'll have
check
to
it
ask
out, though.
Yep. Subscribe to Sci-Guy Gaming TTM. Alright, now, on to the top 10 Super Bowl teams. So, at my 10, I put Tennessee. I mean, they have Robert Woods now, but they lost A.J. Brown. They drafted a new receiver. They've got a new backup quarterback, Malik Willis. Very late of a draft, in my opinion. He was expected to go before Kenny Pickett. I don't know what happened there. And Pickett was drafted rather late, too.
I think for my number 10, I would go with Miami Dolphins. They've done a lot of upgrades on the offense, and I think that it's going to make the AFC East pretty tough, but
yes,
so I'm going to go with number 10.
The Jets are going to be the only team that really is trash, in my opinion. I mean, the Jets haven't done that well ever since... pretty much never. Ever since, the third Super Bowl, when they actually made it.
Yeah. They had a couple of good years in the 90s, but nothing Super Bowl-wise.
No. Okay. At my 9, I'm putting the Dolphins.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill, Chase Edmonds at running back 2, Raheem Mostert. What? Oh, yeah, they still have Jalen Waddle, and they put the franchise tag on Gesicki.
I think for my number 9, I would go with the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, lots of upgrades on offense, a little bit on defense, but I think it's going to take McDaniel a year or two before he can truly get them to the Super Bowl level.
Yeah. I mean, they got Chandler Jones, didn't they? He's a decent defensive player. They have some excellent targets: Waller, Renfro, Adams, new ad, and they got Josh Jacobs at running back. So, really a good offense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For my number 8, wait, did you just do your 8 or 9?
I did my 9, but in the interest of time, maybe we should jump to our top 4.
Why?
I just want to make sure that we have time to talk about all the stuff we need to talk about today, on today's episode.
Well, let's just do these next 4 or so quicker. So at my number 8, I put the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs at number 8.
I mean, that Tyreek Hill thing's really made them bad. I mean, they still have Kelsey and Mahomes, 2 excellent players, but they don't really have an established number 1 wide receiver. I mean, I guess Juju is their top receiver, and Valdez-Scantling is their number 2, but are those 2 really going to perform that well?
I don't know.
They'll probably do better now that they've got Patrick Mahomes and now that they're higher in the depth chart. But
I think for my number 8, I would go with the Green Bay Packers. I think the loss of Devontae Adams is going to be tough for them to overcome, but get an injury to Aaron Jones or to Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know that there's much left for that team to be able to really battle.
At my 7, I put the Packers, so just a little bit higher than yours. Who's your 7?
My 7 is probably the San Francisco 49ers. I think that as long as Debo sticks around, whether it's Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they'll be one of the top contenders in the NFC.
At my 6, I'm going to have to put the Buffalo Bills. I mean, originally I was going to put them at, when we tried to do episode 2, I was going to put them at, 3 or 4 or 2 or something. But really, I don't know. There's some teams that have been stacking themselves up. Who's your number?
My number 6 is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that they have a chance of obviously winning the Super Bowl, but I think, after that great season last year, they have due to maybe fall back a little bit.
They have gotten an excellent offensive line compared to last season.
True.
True. At my number 5, I put the 49ers. I think that number 5 really suits them well. I mean, they've got some excellent weapons, Debo, George Kittle, and they've got a quarterback in the making. And they just drafted Brock Purdy as Mr. Infamous, so he could do
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not Mr. Infamous. I don't know.
The last pick in the draft,
yep.
Mr. Irrelevant.
I just think they've got Elijah Mitchell too.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's your number 5?
My number 5 would be the Kansas City Chiefs.
You think they're not going to fall too much?
Yep, I think they'll be all right.
My number 4, personally, I believe it's going to be the Rams. I mean, I think that Cooper Kupp and Stafford can make it to the maybe the semifinals of the whole thing, the conference finals, but I don't think that they're going to get past anyone, really.
Okay.
I just don't trust them this time.
My number 4 would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they need to get a little bit younger in order to truly be able to be the Super Bowl champ, but with Tom Brady, you never know.
Yeah, Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever.
He sure is.
At my number 3, I am going to put the Chargers. They're a young team, excellent weapons. I mean, I know Herbert has the most ever passing yards by anyone in only 2 seasons in their first 2. So he's setting records already in his second season.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is actually the Baltimore Ravens. I think that even with Hollywood Brown being traded away, they drafted a first-rounder in his place. They've got an excellent running back depth chart, assuming they stay healthy, and Lamar Jackson is kind of that unknown, if he stays healthy, I think they have a shot.
At number 2, I think I'm going to put the Bengals. I think they can make it to the Super Bowl again, but I'm not sure that they can win it.
My number 2 would be the Buffalo Bills. I think they are ready to make that jump and finally get past Kansas City and be the top seed in the AFC.
At my number 1, I put Tampa. I mean, they've got excellent targets for Brady. A couple of young players like Scotty Miller up there. They got a good player, Cyril Grayson. I mean, I'm not sure if that was just a couple of games or not, but and they got Mike Evans, excellent wide receiver, and Tom Brady.
My number 1's going to be the Rams. I think they haven't gotten any worse. They didn't lose anybody of note.
Well, they lost OBJ.
He'll be back.
How do you know?
He'll be back.
He tore his ACL. He's not going to play next season.
He'll be back in time for the playoffs, if not before.
I don't know. Takes 8 months or so 8 to 10 months, and he's already torn that ACL.
Super Bowl was in February. 8 months from there is November, let's say. October, November.
December.
Even December, that's week
no, wait,
14,
that's
week
10.
13.
That's 10 months, and he's already torn it, so it might take him more like 11 months or 12, possibly.
We'll see.
All right. Green Bay Sunday. We only have 5 minutes to do this.
All right.
So, Aaron Rodgers gets $150 million in 3 years.
Crazy.
That is 5 times as much as Tom Brady. I mean, you told me in the original episode 2 that he did that so he could be with the stars, but still, the GOAT deserves some money. And Aaron Rodgers, he's an excellent quarterback, but do you really think he didn't want Davante Adams?
I think he realized that asking for the amount of money that he asked for, that they wouldn't be able to keep Davante Adams as well, because you can't pay your quarterback $50 million and then your best wide receiver $25 million. There's just not enough money under the salary cap to be able to field a full roster at that kind of money being paid to your top 2 players. So.
And then what about Aaron Jones? He's supposed to be getting a good $20 million every couple of years.
Yeah, I don't know how much he makes, but I'm sure he's paid pretty well as a decent running back. So, but you also have to have a full defense and backups and everybody else, and there's a limited amount of money to use in that salary cap. So.
Their top receivers is this rookie, I forgot his name, Randall Cobb, who's been playing longer than Adams.
Oh, I thought you said he was a rookie. I was going to say Randall Cobb's been around a long time.
Yeah. And Alan Lazard.
Yeah, Lazard. Valdez-Scantling went elsewhere.
Yeah,
so
Kansas City.
There's not much left on that wide receiver depth chart, huh?
Yeah, and Randall Cobb's been getting injured a lot recently.
Getting up there in years.
And Lazard's just never done anything really for the team.
It'll be interesting to see what they make of that offense. That's for sure.
So they've spent a lot of money on their top 2 players and had to trade Adams to the Raiders and left Valdez-Scantling to leave to Kansas City with Mahomes. Probably one of the best arms in the NFL right now. I think he'll get a raise and plays and stuff.
We'll see.
I think he might try to end his career off there in a few years, like maybe the next... I don't know how old he is. I think he's like late 20s, early 30s. So, probably end himself there for his career. But, anyways. Anything that you know that you want to talk about? How about their defense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Green Bay's defense. I feel like their secondary's somewhat strong.
Yeah, I think it is very strong.
Overall, I don't think there's anything to fear from the Green Bay defense, you know.
I mean, they got the secondary to get some shutouts every once in a while. And they have a lot of offense.
Yeah, I think it's a team that's going to be beatable this year, but when you look at their division and you got the Lions and the Bears and the Vikings might be able to finally break through and you know, become the leader of the NFC North, but it really comes down to whether or not Dalvin Cook stays healthy, if Kirk Cousins can get his head on straight and actually hold on to the ball and stop turning it over as much as he does.
They've got Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I mean, that offense is really incredible. It's just the quarterback, I think, sometimes holds them back. But
they need to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, either that or trade for a better one.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see Jimmy Garoppolo running that offense.
I'd like to see Carson Wentz there.
Not a big Carson Wentz fan.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, he just makes Minnesota too good. Like, he's got experience.
That would be a terrible thing, to make your team too good, huh?
Well, it would be a really good thing. But do you seriously want Minnesota beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
I don't think the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. They're not even in my top 10.
Yeah, but they could have a breakout season anytime soon with Mac Jones.
They could.
I really want to see Mac Jones get a ring.
Could happen someday. I just don't think next year is the year.
Quick question.
Sure.
Do you think that Mac Jones will be the Patriots quarterback for all of his career? Or at least be on the Patriots?
I would say no. because it's very rare nowadays that any player stays with the same team. Like, if Tom Brady can't be a Patriot for his whole career, why would Mac Jones? You know?
Do you think Mac Jones is going to go to Tampa?
No, I don't think so. We shall see, though.
Yep.
So a lot of career left in Mac Jones' history.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Possibly up to 20 years, likely.
Never know.
Yeah, that's probably around where he'd stop 20 years from now. If he decides to go that long. I'd say he's probably going to be around for the next 15 years or so.
Good guess. Your guess is as good as any.
Alright, before we end off this video, comment down below who your favorite quarterback is.
Favorite quarterback? To all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Love you all.
Bye
now.
Yep, goodbye.